Hello guys, how's it going? So I haven't done a live broadcast in a little while, and there's a few things that I want to share with you. First of all, just to let you know what the format is all about today, I'm going to be starting today a daily Q&A that I'm going to be doing. And what I'm going to be doing with the daily Q&A is I'm going to be going live. I'm going to be testing Instagram, Facebook, maybe even Twitter, maybe even LinkedIn Live. I'm going to be doing a few different live streaming events, and I'm going to kind of see the results and see how things are going. And I'm going to be doing a daily Q&A on one of those platforms, or maybe two of the platforms, to really see which one brings the most value. And so that's one of the things that I'm working on. So right away, if anyone has any comments, please leave your comments below. If you have any questions, I'm definitely open to any questions. Like I said, it's a live Q&A, so you can ask anything. In the description, I said you can ask anything from business to podcast, YouTube, some of my sponsors for my podcast, really anything that you really want to ask about. But there is something that I do want to talk about, and it is one of my sponsors on my podcast. So I recently got connected, actually doing a podcast. You guys should check it out. It was the podcast about how to raise vegan children. So how to raise vegan children. I'll put it in the comments below. I'll add this particular episode that I had on my podcast. I have it on YouTube, and I have it on everywhere: Spotify, on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio. I mean, you name it. Like it's all of them. Really, Stitcher, Tuner, all these other ones. I mean, I don't even know all the names of all of them that are all connected. But the point is, you can listen to this podcast, and in the podcast, my guest Allison. Shout out to Allison. Allison Jade Lester. If you're not following her on Facebook or Instagram, you need to follow her. She's a super inspirational individual. So anyways, what happened was we did the podcast. We reached out. I don't know. Somehow we got connected. Somehow through Facebook, I think. When we started talking, we said, okay, let's do a podcast together. We did the podcast. We talked about the vegan kids, raising kids on a vegan diet. But then she also talked about her business, and her business that she's conducting with a company called Purium. And I have some of their products. I got some of their products. Let me see if I got anything. Okay, let's say this one. This one's a good example. Okay, so this one is one of the products from the company. Oh, I'll just tell you what happened. So what happened is we did the podcast, and we had a great conversation, super inspirational. You guys have to watch this podcast. It has got a lot of views on YouTube. I'll send the link as well. And in the episode on YouTube, it got over 2,000 views, which is great. One of my top. I think that's my top 2 video, which is excellent on YouTube. So anyways, Allison, she works for this company we're going to talk about in a minute. But they sponsored me for my podcast, and what's really, really cool is something that they decided to do is they decided to give discounts to all my listeners, everyone, my listeners and my fans and my friends, as part of just sponsoring the podcast, which is super cool. So you guys can get a discount. Right now they have a lot of discounts, over $100 off their normal products. Like I know they have this really cool bundle that has a bunch of different things, like these big, huge, power shakes, for example, different things to help your gut microbiome, CBD oil, all these different really super healthy, organic, 100% organic things. Like for example, there's one of these packages that's normally $414 and it's going for like 200 and something, So I think that, that's one example of some of the things. But anyways, originally when we were talking, they said that anyone can get $50 off if they use my code VeganLuna, which is awesome. I was like, hell yeah, $50 off. Like that's great for some bomb ass healthy organic food. That's great. And then they said they're doing over $100 off for just, I think, for the New Year's or right before the New Year's, which is super cool. But anyways, what I want to talk about is this one. This is an example. So you see you have like the Apple berry flavor power shake, right? And then you have the ingredients. So let's see the ingredients. You can see the ingredients right here. I know it might be hard to read, but every single ingredient on this list is organic. I don't know if that's hard to see backwards, but like organic rice brain solubles is the main thing. Organic oat, organic spirulina, organic millet, organic carrot juice powder, organic wheatgrass. Like, this shit is healthy. And the cool thing, this flavor is apple berry. And I was thinking apple berry, and I look inside, like you look inside. I don't know if it's open. Hold on, let me check. Oh, it's got the seal. This one's got the seal. It's okay. I'm almost ready for the next one. So let's see. So you look inside. It's green, right? You're like, shit, that's healthy AF, right? You're like, super cool. It's green. You know what I mean? And then you're like, apples and berries. Apples and berries are typically like blue or other colors. So anyways, I tried it and it's freaking delicious. It is so good. And it gives me a full boost of energy. It's like a meal replacement. You know, if anyone looking for meal replacements, anyone looking just to get healthier, I think it's a win-win. So I just want to talk about that as one of my sponsors. Because I don't really talk too much about my sponsors. I don't put any ads. If you watch my podcast and you watch my YouTube, it's for you. It's for you guys to learn, to understand, to educate. I don't do any kind of promotions. I don't do any kind of ads. I don't do anything like that. Nothing like that. But this company, I was really interested in them because it was super healthy, organic, vegan, of course, cruelty-free, you know what I mean? And what was really cool that I really liked about this particular company is that their farm, they grow in California and it's free shipping for everyone in the US. So I was like, that's pretty cool. But also their farm that they have, they produce the product and they package and they ship. So like they handle everything. And so one thing that I thought was pretty cool is that they've grown organic since they've been open before organic was even a thing. And that's something that I thought was pretty cool because, man, I started looking into like a lot of the like Monsanto and the glyphosate and the stuff that's in Roundup and all this sort of stuff that I was just like, man, this shit is fucking crazy. And I was thinking, I don't really want to put that in my body either. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I don't want to put any dead animals in my body. I don't want to put any dead, animal flesh. I don't want to put any, cow breast milk in my body. I don't want to put any, chicken ovulations coming out of their butt in my body. And also, I didn't really want to, I wanted to start putting a lot less pesticides and herbicides into my body as well. But I didn't know where to look. I didn't know where to find. And so when this company shared their information to me and they wanted to sponsor with my podcast, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then they just said, yeah, you just like mention it or whatever, or talk about it. And people buy it and use your code. You know what I mean? Then you get a percentage. I'm like, what? Percentages for that? Like, that's pretty cool. So I think that's how all sponsorships work. Of course, affiliate marketing, that sort of stuff. So I was super excited. So I just want to share with you guys. So follow Allison Jade Lester. She'll definitely talk. She could talk more about this. Oh my God, she's the one that was on the podcast. She's the one that I interviewed. Definitely watch the podcast. Watch the interview. You can learn a lot more about her. And then learn a lot more about the products. Like I said, all organic, 100%. Never had any pesticides or herbicides. No glyphosate, CBD oil, power shakes, all this stuff that you need to be healthy and get your day going. So anyways, talk to you guys later. Like I said, this is designed to be a Q&A. I didn't really get any questions. I'll leave it open for just a minute for if anyone's watching or anyone out there, even if you just watch this later and you really want to see it. Then definitely leave a question right now. Leave a question later. I'll respond if you ask questions later. Don't forget to listen to the podcast. You're eligible if you listen to the podcast, or you're a fan or your friend. Reach out to me. Let me know, and you guys can get a chance to get normally $50 off, but right now before the 31st, if you buy now, you get up to $100 off on this 100% organic health food. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I just want to share that with you guys because I'm not going to put any ads or any stuff. So if you guys want to watch this on your own time, absolutely. So check you guys out later. Peace.